It is Tuesday, July the 21st, and I'm in the bee yard. I didn't plan on coming out here today, but when I got home, let's backtrack a minute. A buddy of mine last weekend gave me some nuke boxes, some used nuke boxes, and covers and bottom boards, and I've stacked them in my carport at the front of the property. And I get home from work today, July 21st, a week later and a week and a bit later, and there's scout bees all over them. So I'm not sure if there's some swarming happening around here. I'm hoping it's not from one of my hives, and I don't believe it would be, but it's possible. I was in the monster hive just the other week and I didn't see any queen cells in there. I looked thoroughly for queen cells, didn't see any. But I must admit, I haven't been into hive number 2 in quite a while. So it's possible that there's something going on here. This is with the original queen. I haven't really been in here. So anything's possible. And like I say, it could be one of my hives. It could be somebody else's hive in the vicinity. Or maybe nothing. You never know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick peek in hive number 1. This was the small nuke. I added a queen. I added a box with feed, but I only fed them once. I just didn't get around to feeding them as much as I originally planned on feeding them. But yeah, they've taken all the feed. So I probably should have fed them more. And I still can. It's just that I haven't. So we'll just give them a little bit of smoke at the entrance. But yeah, they're busy. They're busy out the front. And lots of bees at the top. Propolized the lid on. So yeah, I can give them some more sugar water. Let's take a look inside. We'll take this top cover off. Open away from me, so any bees coming up go over there. And looking at the top, three beetles right off the get-go. I got those guys. They do have a Swiffer pad. There's a couple of beetles on the Swiffer pad, so I'm not too worried. Lots of bees up here. The queen's not there. I'm going to put that just to the side for a minute, and I'm going to look down. Plenty of bees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of bees. Do I think they're ready for another box? I don't think they are, but we're going to have a quick look. So I'll bring the camera in and we'll get a better look. Okay, so I'll take this outside frame. Doesn't look like there's too much going on with this one. Yeah, this is a wax foundation. They haven't done any work on it at all yet. I'm going to put that to the back, out of the way. I might just scoot along and see what I can see. They're definitely way stronger than they were. So that's great news. Yeah, so I'm not concerned about getting honey from this hive this year. If they make some for themselves, that's great. There's a frame with all kinds of nectar. That looks like new comb that they've built. So these girls are doing a great job. That's all new comb there as well. They're running around a little crazily, which is, I don't know. I don't usually find that they're running around like that normally. I know that queenless colonies, they get a little bit restless and they act a little crazy. They're also aggressive without a queen. So far, these girls seem pretty calm, pretty docile. So here's another frame with brood and eggs. Possible that the queen's on this frame. There are some... actually, I don't think she'll be on this frame. There's some new eggs, but a lot of it is larvae. Plenty of larvae in there. And cat brood. So that's definite queen behavior, queen activity. So that's good news. Just having a look on the other side of the frame. Nice comb, but I don't see eggs or anything on this side of the frame. So that's good. That's good news. Our introduced queen is still doing her job. Get that little bit of crazy wax off the top there. We don't need that. Breaking myself in easy today with a 1-box hive. Lots of brood on this frame and honey. She's backfilled where she can. Lots and lots of brood on this side, eggs and larvae. Don't think the queen will be on this frame. I think she will have moved along. That's a nice frame. Pushing this frame against the next one each time. Otherwise you could end up crushing all kinds of bees, which is not ideal, because when you crush them they release the pheromone, try not to roll them against the side of the hive. So there's honey and brood here. She's backfilled where she can. Same as here. It's a weird pattern, but I think she's filled it as best as she can. They've been putting honey into a lot of these frames, or into a lot of the cells I should say, sorry. So that's not ideal. So that's not a queen cell on the bottom. That's a little bit of extra comb there that they don't really need. So I'll take that. Get rid of that, they don't need it. Lots of young bees on this frame. Fluffy white bees. So trying to remember exactly what you're seeing and then assessing what they need, if anything, when you're done is key to a good inspection. I'm not seeing a lot of open comb right now, so I might have to give them a second box. I think I'm going to. So that's a bunch of crazy comb at the bottom. I'm going to have to get myself some more equipment, I think, because I'm running low. Which is crazy when you think about, when I think about where I started in the spring to where I am right now. I had a ton of equipment in the shed in the spring that was empty, basically because of all the hive losses that I had over the winter time. And now with the splits that I've done and with the introduction of 2 successful queens and a couple of queens that were from my bees, essentially they made the queen. So this frame, think there's eggs on here. It's hard to tell. Oh, there is a queen cup there, but it's empty. But we'll get rid of that queen cup. We don't need them thinking about swarming or anything. There's nothing in that queen cup. It's empty. But there is a bunch of crazy comb down at the bottom, so I'm going to get rid of that. I think what they want is some more room. So I can certainly do that for these girls. Give them something to work on. So this is brood. Eggs, I should say. Queen could be on this frame. I'm not seeing her though. No, I don't see her, so we're just going to move along. I think we're getting into honey after this frame. So they definitely need some more space, some more empty comb for the queen to lay. So they basically, like I said, they had 8 frames of bees when I initially looked in. Yeah, this is a heavy frame. So this is all honey. Oh, there are eggs on this frame too. The bottom. So she's ran out of space. There's the queen, right in the middle of the frame. Going underneath, back on the other side. This side is all laid out with eggs. You can see the eggs all in the cells, maybe if you can focus on that. Let's find that queen again. There she is. You can see her, she's a big old girl. Right in the center, right on my right over here. Okay, so I'm going to put her back in. Push those back over to where they came from. And put that frame back in on the end. Actually, I might just pull this one over and put it in between. I think then they'll draw it out. They'll be more inclined to draw that out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give these girls another box. Alright, so I've got another box with 10 frames in it. Some of them are waxed, a couple of them are older, a couple of them are newer. I'm going to put that right on top. And hopefully they'll go to town on that. I'm going to put this on top, and I will eventually, I'll get some feed put in this bottle again and feed them when I get a chance. I need to pick up some sugar. I keep meaning to do it and I keep forgetting, but they'll get some sugar when I can get out to buy some. That's hive number 1, small nuke. Now making some good progress. They got a lot of brood, a lot of eggs. She's running out of space, so now they've got a second box and they can start moving up and getting to work on this. Thanks for watching.